Do the numbers just speak for themselves, or is there some kind of other motive for the filing at this time, Joey?
No correlation at all, Mike. You kidding? I'm being sarcastic, obviously.
That's $100 million each fight.
I would think close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a mother. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry.
This is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country.
Floyd Mayweather, who has previously claimed career earnings exceeding $1.2 billion, has recently been the subject of reports suggesting potential financial pressure, though such claims remain unverified despite continuing to showcase a lifestyle filled with luxury jets, mansions, and high-end watches. Some commentators have speculated about the impact of spending habits, business ventures, and ongoing expenses. There have also been rumors circulating about asset sales and financial restructuring, but no confirmed evidence supports claims of bankruptcy or severe financial collapse.
Everything ends up this way. Well, everything does end up this way because people are surrounded by other people who make 10%, 20%, 5% on what the other guy brings home. So people are incentivized to push people to keep scaling and keep going and all eat when you eat. But I think it's very important for people to stand up and say, you know what? I don't think this thing needs to be that big. I don't think the valuation needs to get here.
Floyd Mayweather once stood among the highest-earning athletes in sports, with reported career earnings in the billion-dollar range through fights, endorsements, and appearances. However, narratives suggesting that his wealth was quickly lost or mismanaged remain largely speculative and not supported by confirmed financial records. Mayweather's lifestyle, often highlighted by luxury purchases such as private jets and high-end cars, has played a major role in shaping his public image. While some critics argue that this reflects excessive spending, others see it as a calculated part of his branding. As Money Mayweather claims that these habits have placed him near financial collapse are widely debated and not backed by verified evidence.
He's up there, bro. He's probably got to be at least $400 million. I mean, some of the purses from his fights are like $100 million each fight.
I would think
shit.
Close to $1 billion.
He probably is, but he spends like a. He probably has like a couple $100 million in jewelry. Have you seen like videos of his jewelry?
Yeah, some crazy. Let me see. Let me see what his net worth is. Mayweather net worth.
Them Googles be lying though. Huh?
They be lying? You think?
I think so. It's probably not accurate. I mean,
all right, let's see what they say. Exactly what you said. It says an estimated $450 million.
Yeah.
Richest boxer in the world. It's a lot of money.
Floyd Mayweather made headlines not only for his undefeated record, but also for the massive earnings tied to his fights. His bout with Manny Pacquiao reportedly brought in over $250 million, while his event with Conor McGregor generated similarly high figures. He was frequently described as one of the highest-paid athletes in the world. While some critics argue that such income fueled an extravagant lifestyle, including luxury travel, large-scale events, and high-stakes gambling, others view these expenditures as part of the image and brand he built throughout his career.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Floyd Mayweather's name has appeared in various legal discussions over the years, including matters connected to business ventures and personal disputes. In 2022, he was linked to a class action lawsuit involving a cryptocurrency promotion that some critics described as a pump and dump, though the case was ultimately dismissed. More recently, in 2024, reports mentioned another lawsuit in which he was accused of involvement in an alleged altercation connected to his security team, with damages being sought. However, such cases represent allegations, and outcomes or full details are not always publicly confirmed.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
Well, things happen. I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know, she was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, you know, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, you know, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, you know, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, you know, in my children's life.
Joe Rogan, known for his outspoken opinions, has publicly commented on Floyd Mayweather, raising concerns about financial responsibility, particularly around taxes. He emphasized that regardless of wealth, failing to properly manage tax obligations can lead to serious consequences with the Internal Revenue Service. While Rogan's remarks reflect a broader point about financial discipline, they are based on personal opinion rather than confirmed details about Mayweather's specific situation.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money that there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Mike Tyson famously earned hundreds of millions during his boxing career before later facing bankruptcy, a situation often linked to spending habits and financial management challenges. His lifestyle, which included exotic pets, luxury homes, and expensive purchases, became widely discussed. Some commentators have drawn comparisons between Tyson and Floyd Mayweather, noting similarities in how both have publicly showcased wealth through cars, jewelry, and real estate.
It's your main man, Made Man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down over here. We talking boxing. Now, I am fresh off watching episode 1 of the All Access of the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Maidana. Now, a lot of people may have gotten a lot of things from watching that episode. You know, it was real flamboyant. We seen Floyd Mayweather tossing his money around as always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with a emotion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada yada yada, it just kind of reminded me. There was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching the sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains,
Floyd Mayweather has often spoken about financial strategy, including referencing a buy low, sell high approach in real estate. However, critics argue that his public actions do not always appear to align with those statements, though such views are based on interpretation rather than confirmed financial data. What remains undisputed is his excellence inside the ring. Mayweather's defensive skills, timing, and fight IQ secured his place among boxing's all-time greats, finishing his professional career undefeated, an achievement few athletes can match. That said, success in sports does not necessarily reflect how financial decisions are managed.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. Yes. He became the villain.
Even Jeff Mayweather, the uncle of Floyd Mayweather, has at times questioned some of his decisions. In interviews, Jeff admitted he doesn't always understand Floyd's behavior, especially regarding certain business moves. Some observers feel Floyd appears to enter deals quickly, though these views are based on opinion rather than confirmed financial analysis. His real estate claims have also drawn attention, with professionals noting that such markets can carry significant risk.
I have no idea. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, you know, to better his life, like, you know, buying homes and buying, you know, different things. And so, I mean, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I mean, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything.
I know that KSI's team would be happy to make their fight with him.
Floyd Mayweather's reported interactions with the Internal Revenue Service have been widely discussed, though details are not fully public. Some reports have suggested that authorities urge him to address tax-related obligations, but such claims remain unverified. When tax disputes escalate to enforcement actions, it can indicate serious financial disagreements, though each case depends on specific circumstances. Critics argue that delays in resolving such matters can create additional complications.
I'm at least back reporting. You guys all seen the headline saying Mayweather needs money, Mayweather has problems, Mayweather needs Conor McGregor. Well, the truth couldn't be further. Let me tell you, Floyd Mayweather just posted this on his Instagram, and I know it's true because anyone who was around Floyd Mayweather back after the Pacquiao fight in 2015 saw Mayweather with the $26 million paycheck for the IRS. And this is what Floyd writes on his Instagram. Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, especially when it comes to the media in this country. While everyone is counting my money and assuming the worst, these are the facts. Uncle Sam received $26 million from me in 2015. What else could they possibly want? I'm sure I would have been notified much sooner if there were any real discrepancies, right? Bottom line, everybody just wants to be part of the Money May show, including the IRS. That's fine. You can crunch numbers all day, but in the end, my empire is rock solid and intact. Now calculate that. Hashtag TMT, hashtag Floyd Mayweather, hashtag TBE.
Floyd Mayweather later addressed tax-related rumors by stating that he had paid $26 million to the Internal Revenue Service. However, the announcement led to continued public discussion rather than clear resolution of concerns. Some observers questioned whether this figure represented a full settlement or only part of a larger obligation, while others viewed the timing as an effort to respond to ongoing speculation. However, these interpretations remain opinions rather than confirmed conclusions.
To them by showing on Instagram $26 million, a payment he made to the IRS. By the way, nothing makes your tax payment look shadier than when you're just holding up cash.
Right.
That's not a good look for the IRS.
Yeah.
But he showed his actual, $26 million.
Then just pay him. Like, I don't know why, like, he's mad at the media. It's like, oh, you guys are making things up. No, it's leaked that you asked to pay after this fight. Like, you make all this money. If I was Mayweather, not only would I pay them on time, the IRS, I'd tip them. I'd be like, hey, here's what I owe you. Here's a little bit. Get your woman something nice, all right? How was Christmas for your kids? Oh, you're Jewish? Convert just for this Christmas. Here, take care.
Despite ongoing public discussion around lawsuits of financial concerns, Floyd Mayweather stated that he invested $42 million into real estate, claiming ownership of multiple buildings in Manhattan without outside partners. However, these claims have been met with skepticism by some observers, who question the scale and details of the reported transaction. At the same time, no independently verified records confirming the full scope of the deal have been publicly established.
$2 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion.
Rather than reducing doubts, the statement has led to further skepticism among some observers regarding Floyd Mayweather's financial claims. However, these interpretations are based on opinion and have not been independently verified. Critics often point to his highly visible lifestyle, luxury cars, watches, and jewelry as evidence of heavy spending, while supporters view it as part of his long-established personal brand. Allegations that his expenses consistently exceed income are unconfirmed and rely on unnamed sources.
Floyd Mayweather is about to pay $2 billion to purchase a sports team and may never have to pay taxes again. The tax code offers these super wealthy so many methods to erase their income through deductions, and none is better than purchasing a sports team. Buying a sports team is like buying a unicorn real estate property. The value is always going to go up, the owner is going to make money, but on their tax return, they're going to use a strategy to report that they're losing money. See, the owner is actually allowed to write off the entire cost of the sports team against future income. This will allow Floyd to pay less in taxes. It's called amortization, which is very similar to depreciation. But if Floyd ever decides to sell the team, then the taxes will be owed. Who cares then? Because the taxes he was supposed to pay during those years, he's going to take that money, reinvest it for personal profit. See you, Floyd. Hit your boy up if you need help with taxes. My name is Duke, and I make taxes very easy to understand. Give me a follow to stay educated.
Nothing illustrates Floyd Mayweather's preference for spectacle more than his widely circulated trip to Mexico, where he was seen in an armored vehicle. While most public figures travel using conventional luxury options, this moment stood out due to its unusual presentation for supporters. Such appearances are part of his long-established branding and entertainment persona. For critics, it reflects a focus on attention-grabbing visuals rather than practicality. However, interpretations of these moments remain subjective, and they do not provide clear evidence of his broader financial condition or business decisions.
Yeah, they got Floyd Mayweather, like...
Well, I didn't say kidnap, but you know, you got your passport taken. You can't come and leave when you want to go, but he ain't in jail, so
okay.
He's out at a 6-star hotel being Floyd, so I guess it ain't that bad, but we'll see. We're going to watch and see like everybody else.
That's crazy. I mean, when you think of Money Mayweather, you thinking like Floyd may have like $1 billion or something.
He did. He made $1 billion plus. Floyd made a lot of money. And I don't really know Floyd's business, so I'm not going to speak on Floyd's business, but Floyd's very, very, as we all the world knows, he's money made, very flashy. Look, man, you know, we both made some real money, but you know, you start burning through, you make $2-3 million a year, you burning through $100,000 a month. You ain't really got that much money.
Shit, he probably spending way more than that.
No, I'm talking regular dudes. Like,
I see what you're
say we made $3 million, we burning through $100,000 a month. We really don't got no paper like that saved up.
That's a fact.
So even if he's making $100 million, if he's burning through $5, $6, $7 million a month, you still got taxes, you still got responsibilities. So I don't know nobody's bag, but you know, me and you, we real. We never count nobody's paper. So
not at all.
I hope he got $10 billion. And I hope he get out of his problem.
That's a fact, because you would figure he should be able to just cash him out. Like whatever the tab is, you know, he should be able to wire that.
I think he could do that with no problem. I think he got all the money in the world. I think they may not want it.
Floyd Mayweather's watch collection, often highlighted in media and social posts, is frequently described as highly valuable and visually striking. These appearances typically feature luxury timepieces that contribute to his long-standing image of opulence. While fans often view such displays as part of his personal branding and lifestyle, critics argue that luxury items like watches are not guaranteed investments and can fluctuate in value depending on market demand and condition.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases, and they're all full of watches. So when I travel, I like to take, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Avi & Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Avi & Co. As you can see, Avi & Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side. Now, we want to give the people an appetizer or something light. So we give you 2 appetizers, then we give you a main course, just a few watches that I got while I travel. So check this out. We're gonna go here first. And of course the company is Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come to you guys.
When it comes to business, Floyd Mayweather's reputation is often debated, with critics pointing to a mix of ventures that have attracted public attention and controversy. However, these assessments are largely based on opinion and selective reporting rather than complete financial records. Over the years, he has been linked to various promotions and investments, including cryptocurrency-related endorsements and other commercial activities. Like many public figures, some ventures perform well while others may not meet expectations, which is common across high-risk industries. Claims about financial instability or collapse remain speculative, and no verified evidence supports predictions about his overall wealth disappearing. Ultimately, interpretations of his business success vary widely depending on perspective and available information.